Loot what?
Hey, thanks again. Hey, thanks again, Mike TV, for the theme song. Every single time, I just want to thank you and love your beautiful body. Oh, Mike TV, did you see that the actual Mike TV is going to be in Austin for a showing of Willy Wonka?
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh my God, yes, man, you're here.
Hello, welcome.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy the show, Yes Man?
Yeah.
Did you learn something? Yeah, maybe some moves you're gonna try out.
Yeah.
You dug that Olivia, didn't you? Oh,
No, I don't know
what-
that water sports is the Yes Man's
Yeah.
thing.
Yes.
what was the one for? Oh, you gonna get some Blart?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yes, man. What did you think of Brian's dog's DNA? Very politic, yes, man. Thank you so much.
All right, well, good to see you. I'm sure you've got a gangbang to attend.
So I tweeted out the link to this actual music.
Yeah.
This is a DJ set from a DJ in Japan, and it's from his show series called The Yes. Oh yeah, you can put that one. And so it's like the stinger plays over as the set goes on for like an hour.
So he comes back.
Oh yeah, and it comes back like higher pitch.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
And then there is another. He's got like another one on one of these sites, and the yes voice is like this like text to speech German voice. It's like the yes, and it's like a woman. But it's,
Wait a minute. So this is where this comes from, or?
Yeah. It's the name of a techno series that this DJ was spinning.
The Yes is the name of the techno series.
Yeah, and he's got other ones like Instigator. There's the Yes, Sofa Disco. You know, because he does like resident DJ stuff. So
Gotcha.
you know he does a lot of mixing. His name is Shinichi
Yes.
But I can't believe you didn't know about that Ted Cruz thing, Brian.
No. No. Like I was pretty busy, and then for the last couple days I've been dialed out.
Oh, we don't have Chinese speakers.
No, it was like hot. It was all over Twitter. Everybody was really, really excited to see.
I mean, but you agree this sounds to me like a not news thing, right? Like a.
Oh God, no! It was an amazing news thing.
What?
Because here's the thing, like, no matter what, I don't believe that it was him. But I do
that's
believe
the
that-
thing.
But I do believe this. That account doesn't say, these are my staffers. If it's me, I'll put my name under it like a lot of other politicians do. It is projecting the fantasy
Right.
that literally everything that is tweeted is Ted Cruz.
I mean,
So-
that might be a very relatable thing to like then.
Oh, no, well, you know what he said? He's like, man, I should have thought about doing this during the Iowa primary, which was like...
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Which would have been more dignified than him like randomly pulling out Carly Fiorina and like making friendship bracelets for each other and pretending they were both relevant for 5 seconds.
Yeah.
We got some photoshops in. Say hello to my YouTube channel.
Oh man.
Good accent, I did. Yeah,
Oh my
so people have
God.
been telling me about this all day. This is I guess this is from this year. I didn't realize it because I had heard about this. Maybe it's something else. VeggieTales did a 9/11.
They say never forget 9/11.
Never forget it.
You saw the Smash Mouth one?
Yes, Smash Mouth remembers 9/11. Also VD Day.
VD Day.
That's when the Sherman.
It's a yeah.
Sherman thing.
Yeah.
Weren't there? Oh yeah, there are a couple other more.
Entertainer, magician, scam school.
Of course, we've got Kepler, which is famous. Who's famous,
Famous as fuck.
Oh.
And then,
Profanosaurus.
an image of the Profanosaurus.
We never asked what the definition of Profanosaurus was.
I'll tell you what. Sex. Profanosaurus sex.
It's pretty good. Pretty good.
Oh, that's clever. Those Brits are very smart. You can just hear it in their voice. All right, give me a second to mess it up.
You can just hear it in their voice.
You can hear it in their voice. All right, let me get your lists going. Shake,
Olivia
shake.
Nut on John and the minivan of dogs are currently tied. The magic was inside you the whole time.
Kepler's not the father.
Kepler's not the father.
Dog racist is all right. The minivan of dogs.
I was about to tweet something and I didn't because I was afraid that it was
That
it
saying
was-
the N-word would be mistaken for...
Yeah, I was like, oh, I meant to say asshole. I'm sorry. Please continue to give me money.
Also, Disney, why don't you return my calls anymore?
Yeah.
I'm just a Robert Young.
Well, no, I followed the Twitter wholesome memes.
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
that's great.
And one of them was like, oh, like be like a dog, and it was like all these like positive qualities about dogs, and one of them was not racist, and I was like, whoever did that hasn't meant enough dogs. 'Cause
Yeah.
I found some very racist dogs.
And I had the most
God's
racist
morass.
dog in high school.
Like, is that right? So that is a thing.
Oh,
People
yeah.
know that dogs are racist.
Yep,
right?
yep. No, there's one dog that was super sweet until she saw the first person who wasn't lily white, and she went nuts.
TARDIS fanny.
Like so much that like he was bemused at her barking, and he kind of like feigned going at her because we were in high school, and that's the way a high schooler would react. And she shat everywhere.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
But Bryce just gives points for no fucking reason. We live in a society of fucking rules for a raising people. That's not a good title, actually.
I really
Penis.
like someone retomb this man.
Someone retuned this man is pretty good. I like that.
That was a great moment, and you know when you hit it when you begin the episode. But it's also it's
and
hard.
It gets back. I have made 2 Cask of Amontillado references on the internet in the last week, and I'm so thrilled about it. But I did see a lot of support for Ballspice Melange, which was a chat realm joke.
Oh yeah. Allspice melange is
Wait,
not bad. How do you
well, but also like I do like them to have something to do with the memorable parts of it. Like if I read that, I would never think, oh, that was the episode with the Slangosaurus and the
Ballspice
and all-
melange?
well, because that was never one of the terms that you did. That was
No,
one of
it
the
was-
definitions
we
that they
were
suggested.
trying to fill it out. Yeah.
Right. So my point is 2 years from now, I will have no idea what this episode's about if that's what it is.
Okay,
Whereas,
number 1, that's happening tomorrow.
gonna happen
But
okay,
I,
yes.
I take your point.
Yeah.
I like retomb him though. Retomb this
Someone
man,
retomb this man is pretty good.
or the minivan of dogs, or
I like someone retomb this man. I feel like that's.
I think retomb this man's probably the happy. The happy.
Someone, or I think it should just be retomb this man.
Someone gives it a good wind up.
Okay, all right.
No, I mean that makes it more of a vaudeville joke. Like,
Someone
like
retomb this
retomb
man. Yeah.
Cover for me while you're.
Side friction.
Don
sets-
Rickles.
Side friction says there's a reason dogs maul more black people than white people. Follows it up with the reason it's because they hate black people. Oh, thank you. I was worried about what that reason was going to be. I didn't know.
Good thing you said it out loud.
Yeah, hey, side friction. Why don't you?
You good, dude.
Yeah, why don't you take part of in Olivia?
Why don't you adjust your behaviors and become a more welcoming member of this?
What was the stomach full of cum?
Oh, an almond.
An almond.
An almond.
the stomach full
Go
is
swallow an almond.
Doctor, we've got all of the samples of semen in that need to be cataloged. Well, how many stomachfuls
How many
are we
almonds
looking
is that
at? It's 27 stomachfuls, sir.
Just a stomach full of semen makes the medicine go down. The medicine go down.
You still haven't caught up on Preacher, have you?
No, I haven't. Finale was last night. I haven't watched it yet. I haven't watched the last 2 episodes. I'll burn through them.
Almond Joy's got nuts. Mounds don't.
I don't. Sometimes you feel like an almond. Sometimes you don't have a stomach full of cum. Yeah. No, I haven't watched it. I haven't watched The Preacher.
We could talk about that Rick and Morty though. That was good.
Oh God, that show. Like you were waiting for.
Sorry, go ahead.
Like, you know, every once in a while, Rick and Morty just takes shit to a fucking whole nother level, and it's like, goddamn, that episode was just like, within the first 5 minutes, we're just gonna drop our nuts on the table and be like, yeah, this is why the fucking season was a year late.
Well, and so somebody was hitting me up on Twitter being like, did you catch the movie references? And I was just like, well, I mean, I took them as tropes. You know, if you wanted to, they weren't referencing specific movies. I guess you could
there was
say
also like
the structure of the coming of age movie was aped by Stand By Me, but there's other movies that do that.
I think a lot of people meant the Back to the Future dressed or Morty. There was a Morty that was dressed like the Back to the Future kid.
When?
In the strip club, I think.
Okay. That would have been a very precise.
They had to draw a lot of different Mortys.
Yeah, I think there were a couple.
I mean,
and I think that's what most people.
They certainly aped the structure of Training Day for one part, but again, that's not unique to that one movie. You know,
is someone saying it's the tropes, or is it the costumes that were from movies?
No. This is my question: is what was tweeted to me was, did you catch the movie references? And they're like, why didn't you talk about the movie references? And I was like, well, because they're referencing all movies is what they're referencing, you know, the common plot structure with 4 interwoven tales. And I don't know.
By the way, real quick to go back to an older episode, I was watching this video about what was it, the Avengers episode where they joined the super team. What was the name of that? The Venginators or whatever. Rick, they wind up. They're trying to stop.
It was like Vic. Yeah, okay.
Revengers.
The Revengers, yes.
Yeah.
Revengers, right?
Vindicators, that's what it was.
Vindicators, that's it. So apparently they on the actual.
Wait a minute, is that supposed to hold on? Time out. I'm calling bullshit on that being a reference to Back to the Future.
Okay.
The red blazer?
No, wearing a red vest.
Yeah.
That ain't no reference. Hairstyle's different. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
So apparently on the like televised version of Rick and Morty, they spent this whole little preamble before they aired the episode with the Vindicators, where they were all talking about how World Ender, the villain that the Vindicators were going to fight, was like this huge thing, and they'd been working on it for so long, and that World Ender is going to have this like 2-episode arc. So like pay attention to everything that World Ender does because it's really important. Just to set up in the episode that he like you never even see him alive. He's like a corpse when you're introduced to him.
That's great. That's pretty good.
Someone made a doc at some point in the pre-show that I opened and did not get a chance to look at, but it's names for Neshcom's video game podcast.
Really excited about it.
We've got video games with Tony B. Cassie, of course, the front runner. The Neshcomer, which
the Nesh Corner.
Oh, does this no? Oh, yeah, it does say Nesh
yeah,
corner.
Because you're in a corner.
Yeah,
I don't know if you know this.
Summer, sure.
I am in a corner.
Yes.
Oh.
See? Wow. Wow.
Okay. I wouldn't do it from here though. I'm not going to drive all the way out to do a solo podcast. Insert Nesh coin, also the name of a Bryce-based currency.
Cryptocurrency.
Game thoughts with Bryce Castillo with the GAY.
I don't get it.
Game Off.
Why would they say, "Oh, game on. Game off, you hoser"?
Hooters Plays.
I like Hooters Plays. We didn't bring Hooters back this episode. That's a fuck up by us.
Super Nesh Brothers and Super Nesh Only Child, neither of which work. I have a stepbrother, so or a half brother even. Wet Gaming and Let's Wake Me Wet. Hooters and the Blowfish.
I kind of really like Hooters and the Blowfish.
But does that mean I only play either sex games or games about
No,
underwater?
you just don't fucking explain it. Just let people go along with it.
The Wet Shop, as a funk shop. Final Nesh to
The
See.
Bryce is right.
13 The Bryce is right is all right. But that sounds like
It feels like that should be a segment in.
In Hooters and the Blowfish.
Then many of these are segments, right? The show's called Video Games with Tony B. Casti, and now it's time for the Nesh Corner. Then you cut to a close-up, and you're like, you know, a lot of people think, and then you start explaining about video games, and then it's like, next up, your questions in a segment we call The Bryce is Rights, and then you're, dear Bryce, I think video games suck. What do you say?
Well, if you ask me,
wrong.
you're very uneducated on the matter.
All right, here we go. First segment of The Bryce is Right. Go full screen on you, Bryce.
Okay.
Brian, you're going to give him a topic, and he's going to go, all right? So 3, 2, 1. Brian, give him a topic.
Yeah. I'm Bonnie Brushwood. Sorry.
Hi, Bonnie. Do you have a question for the Bryce Corner? I kind of can't do anything with this name.
I melted down under pressure.
I noticed. Literally any topic at all.
What's up with 8-bit games?
I think they're overplayed.
Go. All right, Bryce. Strong takes. Look right at the camera. Be angry, because you're supposed to be right.
Got it. 8-bit is fucking outdated. 16-bit retro is where it's at. 8-bit emulation
All right,
is...
pause. All right, listen, I don't want to... Just back to one. It's the Bryce is right, so you got to start with a declaration, if not an insult to the concept of the question. So start it off, hot fire, and then bring the facts. And you're on in 3, 2, 1, go.
Well, it's a great question about 8-bit gaming. You know what I say? I think we're trying to live in 2017, and 8-bit gaming is living in 2000 and late. Now, if you ask me,
we all know that was garbage. Let's go back to one. Again, start real quick. Angrier up top. You're insulted. He's spitting in your face.
Spitting in my face.
What are you gonna do? Sit there and like rub his spit in your face? Like, no, come back at him. Bark hot fire in 3, 2, 1, go.
8-bit? 8-bit? You're gonna come to me? 8-bit? No! Get out of here. I and every gamer deserve the best bits, and that is at least a minimum of 16 bits. All right, look, if you look at...
Can I make a suggestion?
Sure, is that...
Channel Andy Rooney, not Rush Limbaugh. You know, it'd be like, you know, it used to be. You would play. I remember.
Okay.
And also maybe I liked where you were coming from at the beginning. Just call him an 8-bitch.
All right. Come in.
8-bit. You looking for an 8th bitch?
I know a guy.
My new character is asking questions, man.
I pimp out hoes, and the Bryce is right.
No, come in. Someone come in.
All right. I've got a question.
Sure.
What about 8-bit games?
I remember 8-bit games back in the 80s, and they should stay there. You 8-bit.
Oh man, did you see John Stossel square off with fucking William Shatner?
No, I didn't see that. We got
It's in a little segment. John Stossel does an interview with William Shatner. William Shatner essentially shits all over the idea and says, "You think people are going to explore space? It's never going to happen." And he's like, "It's dangerous up there. I'm William Shatner."
A final frontier.
This is amazing.
This is from September 2017.
This is 5 days ago.
This is this is like a week old.
Yeah.
Our technology is catching up to Star Trek. So can we now fly the Enterprise?
Shall we begin?
No. Today the Enterprise couldn't do half what the filmmakers imagined. We have too many rules.
Would you ride your bike without a helmet?
We'll get him too. Buckle up day and night, or you will get caught.
By contrast, the Enterprise didn't even have seatbelts.
We're at the point where the Enterprise wouldn't get off the ground.
Hold on. John Stossel looks like he is filming a hostage video. Can they afford to give this man a softbox?
They're framed in a little tight, and the lighting's a little harsh.
Old Johnny boy, all Johnny S.
By the way, I am almost certain this happened at Dragon Con.
Okay.
I am certain from the release, and I'm certain from that giant butt plug of a lamp.
That lamp.
That lamp, yes.
Of course it would. I would be there.
William Shatner now mocks me for calling for less government.
And that's a wonderful principle to have. Government stay out of our lives. And yet, how do you have too many safety rules? You don't know that wall isn't going to fall in. And if it fell in, and then you said, why didn't you make a rule?
It's good there are rules about cigarette smoking.
It's bad for you, but it could be worse for me if I'm breathing in secondhand smoke, even on your clothes. That's worth a regulation.
Yeah,
And
pause.
they regulate
This is William Shatner, who's famous for smoking at the Emmys and doing his Rocket Man thing.
Tax it, but they don't ban it.
Well, because people want to smoke.
Yes. And free people want to do all kinds of risky things. We ought to be allowed to.
Tomato soup.
Remember that food-producing machine on the Enterprise?
There are 14 varieties of tomato soup available from this replicator.
You could get whatever you wanted. In real life, today's food police would limit your choices.
It's a little cringy.
I would like a large cola.
This is captioned Reason TV: Libertarian Star Trek.
Yeah, this is a sketch they did a while ago.
Police would limit your choices.
Time out. First of all, let me just say for the record, the reason I brought this up is because I don't know what this is. I don't know how it began. It's
Very antagonistic for an interview
Well,
with William Shatner.
But get ready for William Shatner to shit all over space travel, and but also let's make sure to wedge in this old parody sketch Reason TV did.
We're
several
definitely
years
going
ago.
to watch it, though.
I would like a large cola.
Your choice is unavailable.
Foie gras.
Your choice is unavailable.
And when the crew had to go, regulators would mandate many choices.
Does this really need to be a thing?
And the TSA would make it hard to board.
No phasers, no tricorders. If I catch you with a tricorder, you will not make this transport.
Mr. Scott, ready to beam up.
I just need a second.
I mean, listen, I think it's safe to say we talk a lot about John Stossel because we love John Stossel, and he is such an amazing caricature that we love to do. But like, this is, even for a friendly audience, a little pedantic.
Well,
right?
it's just weird, but it gets weirder. It gets weirder.
The transportation department would say, that's too dangerous.
I watch government regulate this and that and this.
Well, aren't
Star
they trying
Trek
to
would-
do good? Aren't they trying? Aren't these little men who've never been on a horse trying to do good
Yes.
by limiting your broken bones? Your argument of no regulations doesn't hold.
I didn't say no regulation.
Well, then where do you draw the line?
Many, many fewer. I want to be able to drink raw milk if
Well,
I'm
but if you
stupid.
said-
Why are you talking to William Shatner about this?
I know, but also out of nowhere, like, I want to drink raw milk. Raw milk. It's
Raw milk.
keep it, but all right, good.
I did it.
Enough to
Soda.
try it.
Well, but nobody should be drinking milk. No other species drinks another species' milk.
Will,
That's it.
Bill,
so
Billy,
okay, all
Billy
right,
Man,
so it
Billy
gets
Bob.
right. Stop it. So it gets weird when out of nowhere John Stossel says, "I want to drink raw milk," and then William Shatner
milk.
He says, "No milk. All milk should be banned." Like what?
If you do it, you're going to kill yourself. All kinds of terrible things like flatulence will happen to you.
Really?
This is why all milk should be banned, says Captain Kirk.
You're gonna fart to death. What?
It turns the freaking Romulans gay. The milk is turning the Romulans gay.
I need raw milk, Shatner.
Also, you know that Stossel has used that raw milk thing all the fucking time. That came right off the top of his dome. Like,
yes.
It was the first one he could think of.
Will happen to you.
Darkness is coming.
Darkness has come, because today even Captain Kirk doesn't want to explore space.
You can't live on Mars, A, and B, to get 3 people to Mars is monumental in cost. So you're not going to populate Mars. You're going to send some people to die or get out of there as quickly as possible. It's going to be like the moon.
1, 0. What a multifaceted video this is.
I'm telling you, it's the gift that keeps on giving.
it's just like, why the fuck are these people talking? There's no discernible reason that John Stossel is talking to William Shatner, and yet Stossel's like, this shit's fucking gold. Edit. Like, this is ready to go. We don't need anything else.
Well, Shatner gave him so much wacky shit.
Oh, come on. Private space travel is taking over. NASA no longer insists on government doing it all. We could be entering a wonderful new era of libertarian exploration. We libertarians would do it differently. We'll boldly go where no one's gone before, discover new species, and leave them alone.
Hard left turn.
The final frontier. Our continuing mission to seek out new life and
Someone bought like a good 3D model for this sketch.
Oh yeah, no, totally. Also, by the way, I'm glad that John Stossel put everybody in space just so libertarians could build a high horse to stand on.
The highest of horses.
Our continuing mission to seek out new life and new civilizations and leave them alone. To trade with them if they want, but to mostly leave them alone.
That's it.
That's the end of it?
I don't know what just happened.
I like that those were the usable parts of the Shatner interview. That was the like, yeah, oh no, that's the gold. Like, cut all this other bullshit. Let's get him the milk argument front and center, build the whole segment around that.
Savage Brad says, I don't know why that exists, but I love that it does.
Holy shit, man.
Oh.
All right, well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to have to ditch out. I was up at 3 o'clock this morning, so I am fading.
Peace out. Love you. Bye.
Peace.
Ren Haigu says, I don't think this video makes a good case for libertarianism. I agree. It's a bit messed up.
It's apparently John Stossel is the arbiter of space.
Well, I don't know.
It's a weird one.
It's a weird one. I would love to know. My guess is they had an interview. Someone had an idea. The interview veered fairly distant from where the idea was.
Yeah.
And they did their best to put it together, and they handed him a script, and maybe it's him just with Final Cut.
Just John Stossel's editing his own.
Yeah.
Oh, and he's like making
he's like,
titles.
Finally, I'm unfettered. I can do.
There are no regulations on who can edit my videos. Excuse me while I drink raw milk. Here's the thing: that interview had. An interview, you would think going into an interview with someone like Will Shatner, right? You would have like a prepared list of questions. You would have some sort of theme or topic.
I think he's a little off the cuff these days. He definitely scootered right past me at Dragon Con.
Oh, Will Shatner, not John Stossel.
No, yeah,
because John Stossel had like a question, which was
okay,
space.
But can we Yes. Can we talk about like there were so many missteps on William Shatner's part. Like just saying
Sure.
no, don't go to Mars. You're gonna die up there. Stay home.
I mean, probably for. Do you think a person who is living today, I mean, outside of like a seed colony, could go and live off planet? Within a lifetime.
Let's say,
I think long term it can.
This is kind of a weird thing. But let me say this.
Okay.
Let's say the cost of getting to orbit descended. It was $10,000 a pound, and let's say it got down to $5 a pound.
Okay.
If it was $5 a pound today, you could send just one person with a call it a month's supply of everything.
Sure.
And halfway while he's on the way there,
send a refuel.
You're just from there. The tap is open, and you're just sending more and more of everything to down there.
Sure. But I guess my question is any person alive capable of being in that position, or are the people who are currently alive just seed candidates?
I'm pretty sure Elon Musk is building this company so he can be the guy.
So he can go back to his people.
Yes. I was rather proud of that tweet that I did. Man, he's not wrong. If I woke up as Elon Musk, I'd be convinced life was a simulation too. I thought that was clever.
Have you been? Did you fell off of BoJack Horseman, right?
Yeah. In season 3.
In season 3. I just finished season 4, and season 4 is very good.
Yeah. Can I just start right at season 4? Do I have to
you probably
get through?
Could. You probably could.
You know what? Actually. I don't know. I'm playing a lot of Hearthstone. I can have just something on.
Yeah. I mean, they're only half hours, right? But it just reminds me that he has at some point he gets a Tesla, and there's a gag at some point where he goes to a gas station to fill up, and he's like seeing the side panel of the car, and is just like trying to find
not realizing he has an electric vehicle,
and so he has to like sneak an extension cord into this ratty gas station in the middle of the desert. It's a really good season, I'll have to say. Like it's you finally get a lot of like information about the people in BoJack's childhood and the people in theirs. Like it's for a season that is really focusing on like BoJack's backstory, which I think is like the most valuable part of his character. They do it really, really well, and they have a really great episode from a specific character's point of view that is just it's a little bit trippy, but it's very sweet and very sad.
Wow.
It's beautiful. I don't know. I was watching it and I was like,
that's what Max Trollbot says in the chat. He says the end was beautiful.
Yeah, it was a good. Yeah, it's good. I don't know. Check.
Yeah, I will.
I think
I'll jump in and plow through season 3 and get into season 4.
Yeah.
Where are we at?
11:30. I don't know.
We're at the 3-hour mark.
About 3 hours.
You wanna pick some? What's this? My angle of the sriracha incident.
In this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Here we go.
Yeah.
Sorry, taking so long to post. I don't know what this is. It's a YouTube
video.
video.
Jesus Christ!
Oh Jesus! This is Fail Army. Oh, that's ketchup.
Yeah, that ain't sriracha.
This ain't.
Boo! Dog's gonna bite your ass.
Yeah, I don't know what you're doing, dude. All right, I'm not gonna watch them fucking fuck with this dog.
Yeah, I mean, unless the dog bites him, it's on Fail Army. So I bet that dude gets bit.
The Fail Army. We got another. Oh god, another dump truck fail.
What is it with dump trucks getting like accidental boners?
So this one is its thing up? Oh, it's up a little bit. Yeah, it's not even up that high.
Woo! And they tried to warn that dude.
Yo, they just fucking destroy this overhead sign.
Oh, that's straight up.
That's some Transformer shit.
Yeah, that's Grand Theft Auto 5.
Oh my God! Imagine
Plus,
if
they're
he
a
made
fan
it
of
to
the
the
Texans.
bridge, to the overpass.
that dude just Kermit Lipton off of that exit there.
You know what? You've got that. That's none of my business. Oh my God! If we're talking about road stuff or road videos, there's a video I posted in the video thing. Here we go from World Star. It's a World Star video.
World Star hip hop.
World Star. It's an Insta. It's on the Insta. Can we load it?
Yeah.
Pause.
I mean, this guy's not having it. This is somebody road raging against him. And he decided that for his safety, thought he would start recording himself.
You stupid motherfucker, why don't you learn how to fucking drive, you dumb fuck? Fuck you too, bitch!
I mean, that guy, seems like this guy, he's like, look, I mean, this guy, I'm going to be the bigger man. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to use one hand to point a selfie at me, the other to flip people off, and maybe my knees. My knees to drive, keep the car going.
What do you think happens? What do you think happens next, though?
One of them crashes.
One of them crashes?
And I want to say it's the other guy. I want to say this guy is the boss who's not worried about it.
All right, here we go.
Do something, motherfucker! Pull up! You ain't gonna do shit! Fuck up!
Oh, that was great.
He pulls out a gun and the screaming driver just like, that's really, really good.
Oh, man. Instant justice. And by justice, I mean, the crime of brandishing a firearm, threatening to kill someone.
Well.
Oh, shit. In fact, I want to say that's fake. I want to say all that's staged.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
That
seems like a written sketch that they worked out. They knew they had 15 seconds. They knew they had 15 seconds.
When it's Instagram, so it's even longer.
Okay, well, okay, but
yeah.
The timing is good. The guy very clearly shouted. My guess is they were
shouting
a safe,
very loud. The windows
very
are already
clearly
open.
Like, hey, motherfucker! Yeah, everything's prepped. Dude's super cool.
You know what? I smell what you're smelling. I smell what you're smelling now. But it's a fun bit.
It is a fun bit. That was really great.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you? There's a menu here.
Yeah. Sticky tits, not great, but hey.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. It's a late night.
Yeah. Welcome to Night Attack After Dark.
Sticky tits.
Oh, right.
Sticky tits. Sticky
Did we watch this last week?
Sticky tits. 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 Sticky.
Is that Bobby McFerrin?
Sticky tits. Sticky tits. Sticky tits. Sticky tits. Sticky tits. Sticky tits. Sticky tits.
Well, that escalated.
I love the idea, but it just needs to be on rhythm.
You don't even know.
You get to hide your boob boners.
I get to put my boob boners away. That's awesome. So like hiding boob boners is definitely essential. Yeah.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. I saw someone posted this on the Reddit, and I haven't seen it yet. This is a streamable from, I guess, Justin's stream earlier today.
Please, sir, can you spare a few Patreon dollars so a young fancy lad like myself can find himself some animotes? Animotes for the dandy, please. Please come to my Patreon. Give me a little bit of money so I might unlock my phone with my face by way of a dot bukkake. Please, ladies and kind sir or madam, might I interest you in a fair trade of hot takes for Patreon dollars so I might take my way to the Apple Store and come back with a way to say things to my friends as a pile of shit. Please.
That was probably the highlight when it's like they bring out the poop emote. I'm like, Jesus. And then they immediately call it out. Be like, you wondered what we would do with billions of dollars, motherfucker? You're looking at it. That was pretty great.
Oh my gosh! Did you watch the actual keynote, or were you just watching?
I did. I watched the last half.
It's a good half.
Yeah, the good half.
Right.
Yeah, I tuned in after
the
Apple
watches,
TV. Although
you should have seen the TV part. I mean, the TV is like it's just a 4K version of the Apple TV.
Yeah, I came in halfway through the TV.
I will say I don't like how they demoed or like how they showed off HDR, because that I don't necessarily
you
think
can't tell.
Yeah, you can't just say, "Oh, this more saturated image is HDR," because it is a very visceral experience.
That's one of the things that pissed me off all the way back 20 years ago when they were heralding the incoming of high definition television.
Right.
They were like, "Oh, well, we can't show you how good it'll be because it's high definition." I'm like, "Motherfucker, you can. It's called move both cameras in 4 times as close. Let me see the blurry shit. Let me see the clear shit.
Right.
And
Pixel perfect.
You can do the same thing with HDR. It's like look, we've turned down the contrast, or turned up the, I don't know, whatever you do to contrast to make it show.
I don't entirely know what HDR ends up looking like.
Here's what it would look like. LCD projector without HDR would look like orange band for flesh and gray, like full-on gray. Other image with the contrast turned up, HDR, would be flesh-colored brand, fuck you, fuck all of you.
Band.
I've only had 2, and pure blacks or whatever, pure blacks.
It's HDR means so many different things, and it's like you would think Apple of all people, when they finally say, "Hey, HDR is big for us," they would have a better demo that was more than just, here's a photo of a butterfly that has way more greens in it than it needs to have.
Yeah.
Like it is. I mean, there are a lot of things. There are contrast ratios, the color gamut, and ranges. It's just, I don't know.
All right. Anything else?
I don't know. What do you
on the wings of a Batman? What do we got?
Yeah, let's see what that is. Oh, I think that might be a Batman Spider-Man thing. Oh no, it's Cyanide and Happiness.
Every single day, all the time, local crime boys do a big illegal crime. Over 3,000 crime boys were given a new home last year, a home with lots of metal bars. But what about the lots and lots of bad deeders that stay outside, not in a cage at all? Outside where they can shoot a bank, or yell at a dog?
Or yell at a dog?
Hello, I'm Fancy Suit Man, John Batman. Will you do your part to cage up a crime guy or 2? What about 3? Look at this sad boy. And this one, it's a girl. Also sad because she's in a box with bars. Don't you want to help her stay there forever? Every day I punch a bad guy until he's in a cage. Why don't you punch some money into a mailbox? For as little as a small fortune, you'll keep these meanies behind bars. Call now and get a photo of one you helped cage up. I don't have a phone, so put a light in a cloud. People with money, just like you, put a bunch of crime didders in a cage last time. Crime didders like Scarecrow, the Pangolin, One Face,
Pangolin,
Dr. Crux, Clowntown, Catnips, Egg Legs, the Mad Lib, Bad Hat, Barbara Bush, and many more.
Barbara Bush.
Like Johnny Question, Question Marks Man, Professor Millionaire, Dr. Man Batman, Questions Mark, Weekday William, Hardly Quim, Mr. Ice Guy, and many more. Many more is a villain also. For as little as 10% of your taxes, you could box up a bad boy. Don't believe me? Ask another Fancy Suit Man, but just a regular suit, not a bat suit. Brute Swain. I don't pay taxes, I'm rich. Sounds smart, Brutes. When you give us your money, we only keep some of it. The rest buys bars and walls and locks if there's enough left. This little guy needs a forever home, but instead of in a house, it's prison forever. Once you put him there, forever. If you don't give us the money, he'll just rob it from your purse or bank. Okay, go, Robert.
Won't you put a light on a cloud so John Batman can put a lock on a cloud?
No, don't poke him, Rob.
Not bad.
Oh, that's good.
Pretty good.
I think we got one more video before we have to
Yeah, no, let's call it. Let's punch out. Punch out.
You're gonna punch out. All right.
Trump hentai shirts.
Yeah, why not? Here we go. Sure.
Oh Jesus.
Hello, America. This is I, Trump. It is my honor to introduce to you the Trump hentai shirts from 3GI Industries. As you know, hentai is Japanese for great leader, which I am. I'm also smart, really smart, hugely smart.
It has become a thing. I don't think it's a product of the times. On a fundamental level, but the Trump or just politician in general mixing with the vaporwave motif, is a thing. Is like a very prominent thing now.
Huh?
I don't.
Isn't that right, Junior?
I love you, Dad.
Now, Junior. It's just come to my attention that the proceeds from these shirts will go to various charities, including Planned Parenthood, the National Resources Defense Council, the National Immigration Law Center, the ACLU.
Oh, this is an actual thing they're selling, yeah.
Foundation and the Ronald McDonald House Charity.
This disgrace the Trump name.
If anyone ever threatens my family name, I'll come to rescue.
No, Junior.
I need to find the creeps that are making these shirts. Big mistake. Huge mistake.
Oops. I'm sorry.
Trump hentai shirts available at 3gi.com.
Yeah, all right.
Do not buy these shirts.
Sort of fell apart once it became clear it was an actual ad.
Yeah, kind of a weird. We did get one last Photoshop coming in.
God damn it, you motherfucker! You motherfuckers! I'm out.
All right.
Good night.
Good night, everybody. Thank you for joining us.
What is this, Quidditch?
Have a good night.